This is Kyle Becker, and welcome to Explain America. Now, I'm sure you've been following this case about MS-13 gang member Albrego Garcia. Well, the CNN is absolutely blowing up its own narrative, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Before we get into this, though, could you please consider liking, commenting, sharing Explain America? Because it helps us get reporting out that is common sense, based in facts, and gives people perspective about what's really going on in this country. Now, CNN has been pushing this narrative that this MS-13 gang member is actually a Maryland father, and he is just like some innocent person that the Trump administration is picking on, that they're bullying him, and, it could possibly happen to anyone. This couldn't be further from the truth. This is an El Salvador national and an illegal alien, as he admitted in court documents. And through court proceedings in 2019, it was shown that he was an MS-13 gang member. He was denied bond because he was considered to be a danger to the public. He is also accused of being a wife beater, as his wife, Jennifer Vasquez, asserted in protective custody documents that she filed. And we showed all this last night on Explain America. Now, as we mentioned earlier today, he was stopped by Tennessee Highway Patrol in 2022 for suspected human trafficking and may have been on a terror watch list. So the more we get to know about this Albrego Garcia, who Democrats have even gone overseas to El Salvador or want to go overseas to see him and potentially talk to El Salvador's President Bukele and get him released and brought back to the United States. And there have been rogue judges like Paula Hinnis trying to go to bat for this guy and get him back to the United States. Well, it is very likely he is a hardened criminal. He was engaged in human trafficking, domestic abuse, it appears from these court documents. So CNN is trying to walk back and do damage control on this horrible storyline that is blowing up in Democrats' faces, as well as making the mainstream press just look absolutely horrible for turning this guy into some civil rights hero. He is not. He is a hardened criminal, and more we get to know about him, the worse it looks. Now, watch this hilarious clip of CNN trying to pretend like all this breathless reporting about this guy never happened. Watch.
I think it is a political issue. I also think it's a national security issue. Prince George's County in 2019, their gang unit determined that Garcia was an MS-13 gang member. His wife in 2021, the wife that's now giving lengthy testimonies about how great he is, said that he's a serial abuser, and she has a ton of photos to showcase said abuse. I agree, due process is absolutely important. We want to maintain that, but I think there's absolutely enough here to send this guy somewhere else. One, he's already broken the law. We've already established that. Now you do have evidence suggesting that he was a member or is a member of MS-13. He's also a serial abuser. This is not the type of individual I don't think any one of us would want in our country. He should be deported.
But respectfully, Sir Michael, we can't make it about Kilmar. Like, that's just one person.
But that's the case we're talking about.
That is, but I guess if we look at the macro and not the micro and just look at the process of this, because he's not the only person there. There were they indiscriminately rounded up people and deported them. We also saw in the news this week, maybe it was last week, it's been a long year this week, but the Massachusetts attorney who got the letter saying that you have 7 days to leave the country. This administration has already proven that there are flaws in the system, and they are randomly deporting people without due process. That's not specific to him. That should be specific to all of us.
Scott Jennings is trying to explain to the Democratic Party and to the CNN members who are basically also the Democratic Party that they are falling into a Trump trap.
It's going to resonate with people that doesn't feel like they're arguing to bring somebody back from El Salvador who they've now kind of held up as the poster child for our immigration policy. And I don't think that's where Democrats want to be.
They believe, the White House believes, just that they are following the Supreme Court's order here. They think everybody else has got this wrong and that they've got it right on the word facilitate, and the courts cannot compel them on foreign affairs matters. So they actually think they're in the right, and they're willing to fight that out, I guess, as it goes back through the court system. And as long as they are fighting it out, we're going to have days and days of Democrats, I guess, going to El Salvador to try to retrieve this guy, which plays right into their hands, I think.
Yeah,